Hey guys, welcome to Super Stock Bros, the only show that gives you the real stock news.
That's a bold statement.
I think it's true though. As you can tell, those of you that are actually watching us on video, we're not the average stockbroker type guys. You know.
Just by looking at my shirt,
Yeah.
you can tell.
Yeah, those of you listening, we're more nerdy than we are stockbrokers. But we've been kind of messing around with the stock market here the past little while. Me longer than Anthony, but
Yeah, I just.
But the reason we're doing this, man, is because we watch a lot of like Fox Business and CNBC, and there's really just nobody that I relate to like talks about the stock market.
Not really.
Like it's just like I feel like it's just a bunch of like rich guys in suits. They're just like, like I would buy a bunch of shares of Amazon. Well, like I would too if I had $1,500. You know, like I'd buy tons of shit too. So we decided to make our own little show. You know, kind of a regular guys stock show.
Mhm.
You know, we're gonna talk about some of our favorite stocks, what we think about the stock market. How, first off, let me tell you something. No matter what you see, I don't know what you watch, if you watch for stock market, nobody's gonna predict that stuff. Nobody. All right.
Unless you're Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I think he's just the luckiest man alive.
I think he
Don't
is
get me
too.
started on Warren Buffett. Okay, I just think he's just real lucky.
Remember when he bought G or some of GE stock and everybody was panicking? It was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, something can happen to G, and they all just kept buying.
Yeah, I think he's got so much money now. I think he can make mistakes and nobody even notices.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Warren Buffett though. That's a different day.
Oh.
That's a different day right there. But anyways, if you happen to come across this and you're watching us now, just keep watching because we're going to talk about the stock market and try to help the average people learn a little bit about stocks. Maybe you don't know how to get started or what's going on. We're talking a little bit about day trading, a little bit about retirement, investments, just whatever, how to make your portfolio awesome. Hopefully.
Mine's not. Mine's horrible right now.
Oh well. this guy's not the best one to take advice from apparently.
Not right now.
Let's go get started. This week's been kind of a crazy week for the stock market. It's been real up and down.
Yeah.
Mostly, if you live under a rock and you don't know, it's mostly the tariffs, like the new Trump tariffs is putting on. It's got a lot of people in the stock market, a lot of investors kind of worried, but in all reality, there's really no reason to worry. I think they said like it only affects like 3% of actual business. Like it's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not. It's more political than it's anything. But one thing you're gonna learn fast if you're new to the stock market is that a lot of things that happen that shouldn't affect the stock market do affect the stock market, which is really it's weird because you have to kind of pay attention to like everything. You know what I mean? Am I wrong here?
No, you're right.
I mean,
you really
like,
got to.
It doesn't make sense. Like the whole. The first thing we're talking about is Facebook. This is a great example of this. You know what I mean?
Let me pull it up so we can talk about it some more. Fact check.
Now, first of all, let's just talk about Facebook in general. Facebook to me is a good stock to have. I really think so. I think it's good. It's good for day traders because you make a little bit of money, and it's good for investment because it's a good core stock for like a retirement account or just a portfolio that you just want to keep around for a little while, make a little money off of. But the thing about it is, if you the news is right now that Facebook's apparently been like selling off some information, which I feel like they've been doing for
Yeah.
ever. I mean, that's what's weird about it. It's like I feel like that was always that they always is. Now it's like, but they what is it? It's like they're sending off to political people or something.
I don't really know the whole story on that one.
It's a weird story, man. It's like they're up in arms about it. I think pretty sure they've been sending off like politicians and stuff like that, which I guess that's not cool to do. I don't know.
I'm not really sure.
To me, I don't really know what the fuss is about. Like honestly, like from what I've seen on the news, I'm just like that's not a big deal to me. Because I've always known that Facebook. If you didn't know, like I guess it could shock you, but Facebook, Google, they all sell off your stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that's why they're free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can
If
search something on Google like
Yeah.
psoriasis cream, and then check Facebook, and it pops up a little ad, psoriasis cream.
Yeah, I mean they know,
How do
man.
you do this?
There was I remember a story I watched a long time ago. I don't remember if it was a story or if it was like an anecdote, but it's kind of a true thing. It's like the guy was like on Facebook, and like he was homosexual, but he hadn't like fully come out of the closet to anybody. But somehow just by like his messages and what he liked and stuff, like Facebook found it out. It was like, hey, would you like to go on like a gay cruise? And he was just like, how the fuck they know?
Facebook knows everything.
Yeah, I mean they know everything. They know all that stuff. They sell all your stuff off. That's not a secret, man. I don't know what the big deal is, and it's really hurt Facebook.
It
They've
has.
dropped a lot.
I'm just curious what people have on their Facebook that they're worried for the world to see. Because
Well, I mean, you know.
location and where you went to school and stuff like that is the majority of the stuff Facebook's going to know. I mean, what's the big deal about people knowing that?
Yeah, I mean, unless
it's
you
like-
got something illegal to hide. That's the only thing
That's true.
I could think of. But other than that, I mean, you know.
We could talk about Facebook for a quick second, like how it's been doing for like the
Yeah, why
past.
don't you go and give us an update too?
The past 3 months, it's actually lost $29.90. Last month, it's lost $26.26. Last week, it's lost 52 cents. So, with all the tariffs and stuff like that, it's not really gone down that much.
I think it's a perfect time to buy Facebook. Honestly, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and rank Facebook as a buy.
You think so?
Like, I think it's a great time because they're low. Look, man, Facebook's not going anywhere. Okay, it's just not happening. I know a lot of people are worried that, you know, with Facebook being in this predicament, there's something, you know, something new might come along. I don't see anything on the horizon that could take over.
Right.
Like a lot of this competition, like Snapchat and Instagram, they're just not, to me, not big enough to take over.
Well, Facebook owns Instagram now.
Well, you know,
I think you mean Twitter.
Twitter,
Twitter
Twitter,
and Snap,
anything
so-
like that could compete with them. I don't see. I mean, I don't see people using Facebook less.
No.
I mean, I haven't
God,
seen,
no.
you know,
Everybody's
like it's. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like it's like the news. It's like the news is bringing Facebook down, even though they're probably still getting as many users as they always had.
right.
Like, you know, like how people are really like, oh, I sell my information about getting off this.
Oh no, somebody knows where I went to high school.
Yeah, I don't. That's like, you know, it's just one of those weird things. Like you have to pay attention to it in the stock market.
I think
it's a great time to buy.
I think it's a wait.
Really?
I think it's time to wait for it because Zuckerberg's still got to go
Are you
Capitol
looking for it to
Hill.
go lower, or you think it might go?
I think it'll go lower whenever he goes when he goes in front of Capitol Hill and all that nonsense. Because Twitter's good. Twitter and Google has to go up there too.
Yeah, like you just have to wait for the reaction.
Yeah.
like they'll start asking some questions, it goes to go down. They'll start answering them, it goes to go up. It's like, I like the way he's answering that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
raise
think-
that up $3.
I think once it's over, it'll be real low.
Yeah.
But then it'll start building back up. So I'd say buy around that time. And I couldn't tell you what day it is. Probably Tuesday maybe.
maybe
It
it's
goes in
coming
front
close.
So it might go down to like right now it's 157.30. So a share. I would wait till about 150, 140,
Yeah.
5 maybe.
See, I feel like that's where you have your differences, because Anthony's more like the day trader. Like he's there, he wants to make as much money off this stock as he can.
Yeah, and I suck at it.
Well, you know what I mean. But I mean that's a good point. Like you want to buy it as low as you can get it.
Right.
Whereas I come from like an investment thing. It's like, well, if it's already $30 low and it's most likely going to get back up there, you know, it's a quick $30 I can make over the next 6-7 months. That's fine. You
I
know?
want to make it in that day.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what day trading is.
Yeah.
So really, I think it depends on your personal preference. Like I said, if you're looking for a good core stock for your portfolio, like retirement-wise, it's something that's going to stick around for a long time, I'd say go ahead and pick it up while it's $30.
Right.
But if you are looking day trading, you're just trying to make as much money as possible, you probably should listen to Anthony. You probably should wait because there's a good possibility it will go down lower. I mean,
which it has gone up in the last 5 years.
oh yeah,
In 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year it's not gone up a whole lot, but it's gone down a lot since the tariffs too.
yeah,
so.
you can't go wrong with any kind of tech stock these days. Is pretty big. Which leads me to my next thing. You know, stock market's been going up and up so high, and a lot of people are saying it's because of these tech stocks like Facebook and, you know, Microsoft and Amazon
all the
and things like
thanks,
this. Yeah, they think it's raising up, but now they're kind of slowly starting to go back down and normalize. And a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, it's going to kind of make the stock market look low again.
Yeah.
Do you think? What do you think? You think tech stock will go down?
I don't really see tech getting much lower than what it is right now. Actually, sorry. Because you got things like Twitter, which I think should be a lot higher than what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because Twitter, in my book, is almost on the scale of Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the president's on there. The president is constantly tweeting on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let me pull up Twitter real
Yeah.
quick.
One thing you're gonna learn fast is a lot of things you think should be worth a lot of money aren't.
Aren't.
it doesn't make sense.
Right.
That's like, I think Microsoft's trading for like, I can't remember what the last one on Microsoft was. It was like $89, $90, something like
I
that.
can pull it up.
But you know, Microsoft has just as much money in the bank as Amazon.
Right.
I mean, if your company's worth as much as Amazon, why is Amazon $1,500 and why are you like $80? It just, you know, it just
Yeah.
depends. It just depends on what.
Yeah, because Microsoft's what, $90 and 5 cents.
So I mean, you just don't, you know, it's just like I said, you gotta, if you're gonna, when you start first getting stock, you have to pay attention to like everything,
Mhm.
like everything, because stuff you would think would be, worth a lot isn't, and stuff you think isn't worth a lot is worth way more than it should be.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. But I would totally buy Twitter. Like Twitter is one of those that I'm kind of.
yeah, I don't think you go around Twitter. I agree with that. I don't think it'll go.
That's not. I can't type right now.
I
I got the jitters.
I don't think Twitter will go anywhere.
It's at 28 right now, and I think it would probably be. I think where it should be is about 33 or 34, somewhere around there. Normally. So Twitter might be a buy right now.
I don't know what their price target is on those stocks.
Oh, I don't even know if this will show you.
Uh,
It shows you the quarterly earnings.
different
but-
people said that different price targets. You kind of see that pop up like, oh, Goldman Sachs has got a price target of $30. That doesn't mean it's going to be worth $32. That's just what they're expecting it to be worth. So you kind of gauge your own thing on that. But tech stocks, man, you can't go wrong with tech stocks. I don't think you can.
Actually, I want to see how Amazon's doing.
Amazon, I think, is back on
It's
an
back.
uprise again.
Is it?
Um,
Because it's been up and down.
yeah, a lot of Amazon has been the war with the president.
Yeah.
Like, the president really doesn't like some of their business practices.
Mhm.
He really doesn't like.
He'll let you know.
Yeah, he doesn't like the taxes that they pay. He doesn't like how they use the UP,
United States
United States
Postal
Postal Service, and which they do. If you haven't had that happen yet, they do UPS SurePost sometimes
Mhm.
on the smaller packages. Means they're going to drop it off at your post office,
Right.
and the post office will deliver like tomorrow. You know? So sometimes technically, like it's going to arrive Tuesday at your post office. So, I mean, I don't know, man. He's got a kind of a point, man. Because there's sometimes I buy stuff on Amazon that just does not charge me any tax.
Right.
And I'm like, if I bought that somewhere else, they'd be getting some tax on that.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he's not wrong on it because
He's not wrong.
He's
I
right.
mean, from
He's
an investor, though, I mean, if you have Amazon, you're like, oh, man.
Yeah, no.
What are you doing to me, man? You're killing my,
I think
the capitalist in me is like, oh, what are you doing,
Yeah.
But just the overall citizen, I'm like, maybe they should get away with that stuff.
Big companies
Um,
do what they want, pretty much.
But Amazon's a high stock. I mean, it's going
It
to be,
is.
a normal person's not going to be able to get a hold of a lot of.
Not a lot. I mean, well, I'll put it on the screen.
I
But I'll
mean,
take a screen cap of it.
You're talking, I mean, a normal everyday person probably ain't going to get a couple shares of that. And it's really, a couple shares really isn't going to make you a whole bunch of money.
Right.
Not when you can buy, hundreds of shares of something else.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I mean, right now, if you want to just do it,
if you got the money, I would say get some Amazon.
Like, see, that's what I'm thinking right now.
But who knows what's going to happen with this war with the president?
I know, and it's like you said, don't put all your eggs in one
I
basket.
would rate Amazon now as like a hold. I don't
You
think
don't think so?
it's a definite buy. I don't think it's like a definite like I better sell every bit I got of this off.
Right.
Like I think if you got some, that's cool. If you don't have some, maybe you might ought to wait and just keep watching because it's a real hairy situation. I mean, if he keeps on pushing them hard, I mean they might drop. Because it wasn't 6 or 7 months ago. They were only like $800 trading that.
Were they?
Yeah. So I mean,
I would say if you don't care to day trade, buy early on Monday morning because it's right now it's 1404 and most times it's like 1480, something like that.
oh yeah, you could probably make a quick $60-$70 depending on how next week goes.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're on Robinhood, I'd save that day trade up.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you got the gold or whatever.
Yeah.
No, actually on Robinhood, you can't even do more than 3 day trades unless you got $25,000 in there.
Mhm.
So if you're like me and you don't have that kind of money in there, I would save your day trades and do it Monday.
A lot of companies, if you don't want to go with like a free stock trader, a lot of companies will lower their commission fees if you do a lot of trading. I forget how many trades there are like on E-Trade stuff, but if you trade so much in a given year, they'll take it down to like $4 a trade. Which that's just the price. Unless you're a broker, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You got to pay your commission, buddy. So you better make sure if you buy one, it's going to at least make you some money back.
Right.
That's
why I like Robinhood. You don't have to do like the commission fees or whatever.
Mhm.
You just kind of chance it. Right now, I'll tell you what I'm holding. I'm holding Twitter, Snap, Google, and Netflix.
Sure, I'll get rid of that Google.
Yeah, should have got rid of that Google.
Google's another one of them ones that's just like,
Mm.
who knows what to do.
Yeah, if I'm smart, I got Spotify that day instead of Google.
Oh, you like Spotify? Let's talk a little bit about Spotify, because Spotify's really weird to me.
It's a weird one.
It's really interesting to me. If you don't know, Spotify just released their IPO Wednesday.
Tuesday. I
It was
think.
like supposed to be Tuesday, but wasn't it like Wednesday or something?
No, I think was thinking it was going to be Monday, but since the
Oh yeah, it was gonna be Monday and it was Tuesday. IPO, if you don't know, it's an initial public offering, which means pretty much just means that the company's turning into shares and you can buy them. But the weird thing that Spotify did is a lot of time when a company goes, goes into the stock market, that goes public, they usually have like a bank that kind of comes in, like a bigger bank like Goldman Sachs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll come in and they'll buy the majority of the shares that they're wanting to sell, and the bank is the one that kind of sells them off, and that kind of helps to control the price a little bit. Like the bank kind of sets the price, and they can kind of adjust it. Spotify didn't do that. They didn't use a bank to back it with. So basically, what that means is Spotify could. I mean, it could be. There's no normalization of the price. So, I mean, it worries me because it could be like $200 one day, and the next day it could be $20. Like there is no. It just depends on what people are asking, and what they're getting. So it kind of worries me about Spotify. That's the one thing that kind of held me back on Spotify was the fact they didn't do it the normal way. Because I'm like, man, that could work really well, or that could work really, really bad.
Yeah.
So,
which they wasn't far off when they did come out on Tuesday. But there was one thing I heard on CNBC, and this is why I didn't buy when it first came out. It's because it said the private stockholders still had their shares on it. So when it came out, a lot of those might sell off because it's a lot higher than what they paid in to begin with. And it came out at $166 a share. And then if you just scroll down, which you can't really tell from here, it drastically drops. It goes down to, let me pull it up real quick if my phone will work. It went down to $136, so it went down $30 in that little bit.
See, I mean that's where you don't have a bank backing. I mean it could change like that.
Right.
So it kind of worries me, man. I'm not gonna give Spotify a buy. I just don't know.
I would wait.
I just don't know how that's gonna work out, man. That's really weird because I think I've read something like that's the first stock that's actually done that.
Yeah, I think it
out
has.
of backing. So that's kind of like new territory, and it like I said, it could be awesome and it could fall on its face. So I don't know. I'd be real careful. I'd be real careful about that.
Me too.
Spotify really worries me right now.
Yeah, I would.
We'll keep an eye on that though. We'll talk more about that probably in the upcoming one. We'll keep an eye on it, see how it does.
Yeah, I wouldn't add
Trace
that
up and down.
to a watch list or something. Just kind of wait till it levels out a little bit. Talk about Google.
That's some of the. You want to talk about Google? Google's one of those things that's always around though.
Yeah, Google.
You know what I mean? Google's like another one of those core stocks. A lot of these stocks that we kind of mention are like core stocks. Like it's something that's like it's not really like it'll go up, it'll go down, but it's never really going to be like, it's not like if you buy Google, they're going to close for business tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to lose that big of money, in my opinion. I don't see anything major. I don't know what's happening to this court, but God forbid the court. It doesn't happen. Let's just face it. Google's not going anywhere.
No. But I would say it would be a day trade. Buy it, sell it.
I think Google's. I mean, like a lot of these stocks that we talked about so far, like Google, Amazon, they're good for both. I mean, you can day trade them, make a little money, or you can just buy them for your IRA or 401k, stick them back, and
right now's a good time to buy for your IRA too.
Let them up.
It is definitely time to buy. If you just want these stocks for retirement or something like that, right now's the time to get at least Google and Amazon.
Just a little quick tip. I'm going to do a quick tip here of the week. When we talk about retirement accounts, we talk about personal IRAs and stuff like that, which we'll talk more about it in the future. If you don't know what it is, you probably should, if you're a young person, you probably should get an IRA, just because you don't want to be, in your older age and not have any money.
Right.
I mean, it's right there. It's easy. It's got a lot of benefits that we'll mention throughout, the next couple of podcasts. You can listen to. We'll do some more stuff on it, but when you first get in your IRA, a lot of people are going to tell you that mutual funds is the way to go. And all, just a little quick thing about mutual funds is all they are is basically there's companies you give them their money, they have like so much you have to invest and, so much you have to keep investing. And what they do is they pretty much take your money, like they'll take my money, they'll take Anthony's money, they'll take your money, they'll pile it all up in a thing. And they'll say, okay, we got this much money, let's buy some of this stock, let's buy some of this, let's buy some of this. And, they pretty much just buy the stock. They make a portfolio for you is what they're doing. And a lot of people are like, well, that's kind of easy. You don't have to worry about nothing. But now they do charge a commission. A lot of people are like, oh, they ain't got no trade fees on them. But they will charge you a commission on those. And they're basically charging you, I mean, it might not be a lot, but, you're paying a commission every year for something that you basically can do yourself.
Right.
I mean, because when you really get down and when you break down these mutual funds, they're basically buying the stocks that we'll probably talk about a lot on here. Like, they'll buy some Amazon, they'll buy some Google, they'll buy Apple, they'll buy Microsoft, they'll buy Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, and they'll buy a bunch of stuff like that. I mean, they basically just buy safe stuff like you can do yourself.
Right.
So, in my opinion, I think it's better to take a hold of your investments and buy the stuff that you like, because they're not going to get. I mean, they're not going to take any chances, which is a good thing. But if you're young, why not take like I said, buy you a couple of these core stocks, and then if you see a stock like one example for an IRA that you can take a risk on is Iron Mountain.
Pull that up.
Me and Anthony's both talked about Iron Mountain before. I knew about Iron Mountain a long time ago, and I held off for a long time on Iron Mountain because I was just like, I don't really know a lot about them.
Yeah.
If you don't know about Iron Mountain, they have a really high dividend payment, which is
Is that it?
yeah, that's their dividend yield, 5.93%, which is pretty good.
Right now, one share is $33.53.
I think I got mine for like $31. Bought a bunch of shares of it for like $31.
Nice.
If you don't know what a dividend is, I mean, if you're watching this, you know what it is, that's kind of cool. But for those of you that are kind of new, just like, hey, what is this? A dividend is basically every quarter, every 3 months or so, they're going to pay you a dividend percentage. It's basically just a percentage of how much your stock is valued at. So pretty much like for retirement stock, even for day trading, like if you have some, I mean, that's a quick little bit of money every 3 months that you just get to keep in your pocket. But it's good for retirement because every 3 months, like, hey, here's some money. Another 3 months, here's some more money, and it just keeps piling up over 30 years. It can equal be a lot. So you really want to pay attention to dividends. You kind of want to be worrisome about companies that have like a really big dividend, like they're paying like 10% or like 12%. You're like, wait a minute, because they're doing that because they want you to buy the stock because the stock's probably not strong enough to live on its own. So kind of just don't get too carried away with the dividends. If you start trying to mess around with the stock market a little bit, don't get too carried away with dividends. Because there's a lot of good stocks that'll pay you a pretty decent dividend. I mean. Right. You might not think 60 cents every 3 months is a lot, but hey, that piles up fast. Especially if you've got 100 shares of that.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
$6.
Yeah. So just kind of mess around. You don't have to. I wouldn't pay attention to the dividends at first. If you're new to the stock market, my best advice if you're new to it is just buy companies that you know that you like. Like if you like drinking Monster energy drink, buy you some Monster stock. Just see what it does. Right. Kind of mess around with it. You'll learn fast. We'll help you out too. You can watch us. We'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah. I'll try. What I like to do is check the 52-week high and the 52-week low and see which it's closer to. Like if it's, because Iron Mountain right now is at 33.53 and the 52-week low is 30.78, but the 52-week high is 41.53. So it still holds.
About the middle range.
It still has a chance that it might go back up toward its high. So to me, that's definitely a buy right now, especially.
Yeah, I would say Iron Mountain's definitely a buy. They're just one of those really good stocks, man. That I would keep an eye on Iron Mountain. If you buy Iron Mountain, that's more. I would say that's more of like later on. That wouldn't be like the first one I'd go after. Because I think if you have Iron Mountain in your portfolio, you kind of want to maybe keep an eye on it just to make sure like they don't start dropping.
Oh yeah.
Because that high percentage dividend ain't gonna do a lot if it ain't worth worth $10. So. Yeah. Maybe something to kind of keep an eye on. That's the kind of stocks when you start really getting into it, start checking it every day or two. That's when you start buying stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it could pull top shipping.
That's weird.
But have you seen? I'm pretty sure I've sent you screen caps at top. Man, like if you go down here and you look. Oh, okay. Well, let me see. I'm going to take a screen cap of this and I'll put it on the screen. Here's the 1 day. This is what it is right now. And let me show you the highest it's ever been, or close to ever been. And then like $29 million. What the hell? Like even if you look at the 52-week high, it's 140,000, and now it's $1.30 was the low. It's bullshit.
Yeah. That gets a lot of advance out there. That's more of like what they call splitting stocks.
Yeah, because they pull that crap.
Sometimes like stocks, so you might have a stock worth $100, and then they'll dilute the shares, which means they make more shares, So now instead of having one share worth $100, you'll have 10 shares worth $10.
Right.
So you basically still have the same amount of money. It's just less.
Mm.
It's like less stocks or more stocks. It just depends on how to do it. Sometimes I think Andy was a victim of reverse splits, which is very rare. Which is the opposite, where it's like you have 5 stocks worth $10, and all of a sudden you have 1 stock worth $50, and you're like, the crap. So sometimes, I mean, that, like I said, that's more advanced too. We'll talk about that later on.
You know who done that to me?
Mhm.
Top shipping.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that later. You know, that's a little advanced. We're just gonna start with the basics here. Basically, like I said, if you're new to the stock market, man, just try to buy stuff that you like. You know, buy stuff that you like.
That's what I'm doing.
You know, find companies that you like, and then you'll slowly start seeing more. Like I think Anthony started off. He was like, I like this one, I like this one, and now he's just like, hey man, you seen this? And I'm like, yeah. So you'll get into it more and more as you go.
I need to buy a lot of tech.
Yeah,
That's what I kind of linger around.
yeah. So if you're watching this, you're probably interested in the stock market anyways. But I'm just, I'm just tired of watching like Fox Business and CNBC and stuff. They get on there and they act like they know stuff that like nobody else knows, and you're sitting there thinking, oh man, me and Anthony talked about it like 2 days ago. Like we could have told you that.
Yeah.
It's not hard to predict. But yeah, I mean, if you're young like us, man, it's a good idea to kind of mess with the stock market a little bit. Try to get a little money. Make a little extra money if you can. I will tell you this, like, if you kind of like the show and you want to keep watching, we'll talk about the day trading side and the retirement side a lot, the differences and which one's better for which. Because some stocks are worth retirement, some really day traders are going to stay away from.
Are we going to talk about cryptocurrency once in a while?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have to. You can't avoid it. Can't avoid that.
My advice is to avoid it.
Yeah, well now, back maybe a year or two ago, you could have really racked up.
Be rich right now.
Yeah.
Damn. Check out this.
There's a lot of things. I mean, the stock market's one of those crazy things, people. I mean, I remember like 5 or 6 years ago, like Sirius XM was like 5 cents a share, and people were like, "Oh, it's dying. It ain't worth nothing." And if you would have bought like $10,000 worth of shares back then, 5 years ago, today you would have been a millionaire.
It is worth.
I mean, for
$6.25.
Yes, for 10 grand you could have made $1 million.
And it was how much?
It was like 5 cents. They were like pretty much everybody's like Sirius XM dead. And it literally it's already back up to that. Which I bought. I will say I do have some Sirius XM in my portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot. I got a pretty nice sized chunk just because you never know about it. I mean, it's just one of those things like a lot of people saying it could get good, it could get bad. So I bought some just to see what's up. I'll take a chance on it. So we'll see. Maybe Sirius XM pay off in the end.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Twitter does. Eventually. Probably after all this mess because it's going on right now. I pulled up this article. It's by Motley Fool. I'm not going to read it.
The Motley Fool.
But apparently there's 3 stocks Warren Buffett says to buy. And one is Bank of America. One is Apple.
Obviously.
And the other one is Sirius Radio.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Apple one. Come on now. Everybody knows Apple.
Yeah.
I mean, if you live in the world, you think, there sure is a lot of damn iPhones out there. You can easily make a connection like, maybe I should buy some Apple stock.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, a lot of this stuff's just common sense, man. When you really get to the stock market, it's just common sense. It's like, yeah, no crap. It's like, yeah, Coca-Cola's a good stock. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere in 9 years.
Right.
I mean, just
be around forever.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
That's what I think Amazon is too. Amazon's one of those too. I mean, if you got the money for it, I might wait till this whole Trump and Amazon thing kind of settles down, or actually buy right now and hold it.
Amazon, one of those stocks, man. I really think there's still money to be made on Amazon, but not as much. Because I mean, you're talking a year ago, you could have bought Amazon. I know there's one point in time, like a year and a half ago, it was like $500 a share. And you're talking, man, if you'd have bought at the end, I mean, you would have made $1,000 a share now. That's a lot of money to make.
Yeah.
Especially if you'd have bought like, a couple thousand worth. Shoot. I mean,
It'd be great.
So there's money to be made in the stock market, man. Just have to watch it and go with it.
The best advice is buy low and sell high.
Buy low, sell high. Don't wait around.
Nope.
If you're day trading, if you decide to go Anthony's route and day trade,
yeah.
If that stuff goes up like $30-$40, don't sit there and think, oh well, it might go more. It's better just to
sell.
It's better to sell, man. Make
Yeah.
your money while you can. Move on. And you'll see a lot of people. You know, once you get into it, and start meeting other people, you'll see a lot of people. It's like, oh, you know, I had Charter when I was, you know, a couple years ago when I sold it for like $3. That was worth like $200. You know, that happens. I mean, it's gonna happen. Nobody can predict it. If they could, everybody. You know, that's what kills me. You know, you watch Fox Business and they're all like predicting the stock market, and I'm like, you know, if you could predict it, you'd be like a trillionaire.
Yeah, you would be on
you
TV.
know, you would be like having everything.
Yeah, but I mean, they try to predict stuff, but the majority of the time they're wrong. I think one guy actually said, like it always goes down every Tuesday. It has this whole 2018, or maybe it was 17. I don't remember. It doesn't matter really. But he said it's going to go up Wednesday. And I'll be damned. That next Wednesday, I was sitting there with my stocks ready to sell, and it was going down even further. And I was like,
They don't know.
good job predicting that.
We're not going to try to predict the stock market. We're just going to tell you what we do and what we think. You know, you're welcome to leave a comment and tell us what you think about it.
Yeah. But there's no definites in what we say. There's
Yeah,
no
there's
like
no
there's
way
no
definite.
definites what CNBC says.
Yeah, there's no way to predict the stock market. Like I said, all you can do is, my best opinion, or my best advice is probably spread it out, man. Don't put it all in one thing. Just don't be like, oh, buy all kinds of Under Armour. Don't do that, man. Buy a little bit. You know, maybe buy a little bit more later on if it's still looking pretty good. You know, the best thing to do especially if you're wanting a retirement, you know, you want a retirement account, is just spread it out real pretty good. You know, buy you like 5 or 6 core stocks that you really like, and then like if you have one that starts going up a little bit, buy you a couple more shares of it. You know. Then maybe next time buy a couple more shares of the other one and get those core stocks really built up to where the point is where you can play around with another one. If you lose money, that's fine. I still got these that are doing good, so don't have to worry about it. You know, man, there's just a lot of risky stuff. One thing I do want to talk about before we leave, guys, is one thing I've been really into a lot. I've been buying a lot of. Sure, get Anthony's opinion on this too. Is the wireless industry. If you don't know, 5G is supposed to be coming out here like the next year or two. We don't know how well that will do. I think it'll do pretty well. I think 5G is going to be a big thing. I'm already seeing stuff. I bought like some AT&T and some Verizon and Qualcomm, places like that kind of really do the T-Mobile is a really good one that's into 5G. Because they're eventually that's going to happen. I think you'll see a big boost in that because 5G is supposed to be really, really fast. Like I bought some AT&T stock, and now I think I've read in the news they're going to put an AT&T tower where we live. Actually, like put another one up. Cool. So there'll be, when you're an investor, it's kind of cool to see because you're like, hey, yeah, make me some money.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of the wireless industry right now. If you have a mobile carrier, I'm sure you have a mobie carrier that you like. If it's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, might be something you want to look into. I think last I checked, AT&T's trading for like. It was around 36, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I know Verizon's like 47, 48.
AT&T's 35.
Yeah, 35. I think they do a dividend payment, so you can make like 30 or 40 cents off them. I think, yeah, see, Verizon's like 47. Yeah, they're 47. I think they pay like a 60-cent dividend. So they're pretty. I mean, I don't think they'll go anywhere, and I think they'll pay you a little bit of money. So I'm a big fan of them. You can, I'll let Anthony take over now and see what he thinks about them. Which that's what he's put up right in front of me is a little crazy because I thought Qualcomm was like $30.
Oh no, it's 50.
Well, wasn't that cheaper like a little bit ago?
Qualcomm actually brought me back into the green the other day because I was down from tech stocks.
Did you sell them off?
Yeah, I already sold them. Right now it's time to buy though, I think, and then sell again by the end of Monday. But yeah, like I think it was either Netflix or Twitter one. It lost me almost like $30, and then I was like, what, screw it. I'm gonna do what Matt said, and I'm gonna get into the 4G thing. And I bought some Qualcomm, and it brought my money back. But then I sold it, which is a good thing because it went down.
Yeah, that's just part of day trading. I mean, you're going to do that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
That's my thing. If you go day trading out like Anthony will tell you more. He buys and sells all the time. He might end up buying Qualcomm again. You never know. It's just part of day trading. You might sell it and then buy it again.
Definitely will.
Which Qualcomm is the big 5G people that put all the parts and stuff in there to do the 5G. They're like the manufacturers, I guess you'd call them.
Right.
So they're pretty. you know.
They pretty much came up with a smartphone, didn't it? Or was it
A
another company?
lot of phones you buy, like they like to have like a Qualcomm sticker on, but you don't even notice. You don't even pay attention to. All they do is rip it off and throw it away. You don't even notice it. But once you get in the stock market, I'll tell you something else. Once you get in the stock market, you start noticing a lot more stuff. I never would know about Qualcomm. Like I bought a new phone not too long ago, a Galaxy. It didn't have Qualcomm on it. And I was like, hey. I was like, I know. So.
Yeah, that's true because I didn't know Activision and Blizzard were the same thing. Yeah.
It's a weird stock to bring up.
I mean, look around. What do you expect?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, that's another thing. You know, you like stuff like this. You like Disney, like Star Wars. Disney. You about Disney all day.
Disney's probably a good hold stock, isn't it?
Probably. I wouldn't think Disney would.
Especially if another good movie like Black Panther came out and shot it up. Which I don't think it shot up after Black Panther came out.
No. Disney's one of those companies that got so many moving parts. Like one little thing's not really going to move them too much.
Right. Because they got comics over here, movies over here,
Movie
TV over here.
Yeah, they got resorts and
Yeah.
I mean, there's into everything. So one little thing's not going to push them way up too high. Like it would if it had just been like if Marvel would just been its own thing still, it probably would have made Marvel pretty high stock.
I wish Marvel was still.
But yeah, so if you're interested in that wireless, it's something to look at because next year or two, 5G will be coming out. A lot of people will be wanting to switch over. It's supposed to be really, really fast. I've heard a lot of crazy predictions about 5G. Man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I've heard stuff even saying it's going to replace like broadband and cable. I don't know. I don't know if that's a reality. They say it's really fast. I watched a lot of things on. You can watch like 5G versus cable and stuff like that, and it is pretty fast. And it would be a lot easier because I mean you'd literally just be like buy a little box, stick it in your window. Done. No man coming running wires, none of that junk. You just stick it in your window, you're good. High speed internet.
Yeah, I didn't really say a whole lot about that, but if it does that, if that's how it's gonna be, I'd definitely say buy. I would hold AT&T, hold Verizon, hold Qualcomm.
The only drawback to 5G is it is going to be a slow moving thing because I think they said for it to be at its best, they're going to have like towers closer together. So they'll have to build more towers and more infrastructure, which isn't really a bad thing. Yeah. Which, like I said, they're building another AT&T tower here, which is weird because we have one. So I'm thinking they're already kind of starting that. They were talking like the AT&T, Verizon's pushing out like 20 more million customer areas. So
good.
They're probably pushing for it already. But I mean, yeah, if they get that up and running, it is what they say it is. It'll be pretty awesome.
Right.
It'll be really, really fast. So it might be something to look at. Do some wireless stock. I know everybody knows Verizon and AT&T. Yeah. Like everybody knows about them.
And T-Mobile. Yeah.
T-Mobile's one of the sleeper ones because we don't really have a lot of T-Mobile around where we're at. No, but they are a big company, and I think they actually trade for more than Verizon.
I think you're right, actually. T-Mobile, yeah. TMUS is the 59.
They trade for like $60, which is like $10 more than Verizon, which is weird because I don't feel like T-Mobile's a bigger company.
I don't either.
See, it doesn't make sense. That part don't make sense. Whatever.
That's Sprint.
A lot of it has to do with how many shares is out. A lot of them have more shares out than other ones.
Check Sprint. No. Maybe Sprint's a buy. It's just like $5.
That's sad to see Sprint that low.
Yeah. Sprint kind of sucks if you want that
to me. Yeah, 5G, I think you come out soon. That'd be something to look into. Mm-hmm. Definitely. What you?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of stuff you been into? There's some day trading stuff here.
You want to talk about day trading?
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked about retirement enough. Let's talk about some good day trading here.
Okay.
Like, where you made some money? Where you missed some money?
Where I've made money was Netflix. Or not Netflix, but Twitter. And this was before it jumped up to like its $30 range. It was still down in the 20s.
It's weird you say Netflix didn't make money because I think Netflix had like a 20% growth or something over the past year. Like it's like outrageous.
Yeah, but I wasn't a part of
it. You came in too late.
I came in too late.
You listened to me last year.
I know.
You've been all over it.
The sad thing was I was even watching it a lot of the times and I was just like, kind of steer away from this one. I was just watching it go up and up and up. And I was like, it's gonna go further up. So I bought it. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I sold. And it was like, like $230.
Yeah, Manly buys something, it's probably dead. Manly says he's gonna hold on something, right dead. It's gonna shoot up.
Yeah. Do the opposite of what I do, and you'll be set for the rest of your life.
You'll be having good.
But what I've learned is aftermarket can screw you so hard.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything to trade on aftermarket, and if you don't want to pay the extra money on, say, Robinhood, it'll screw you. You'll be holding one day and it'll be up, closing bell, You wake up the next morning, you look at your stocks. The opening bell's not even ring yet,
Yeah.
and it's already down like $20, and you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell?
Yeah. Well, that's to do with like when they close for the day, they still haven't got all the stocks and all the orders in.
Hmm.
So they really don't know what to set it at. So, which I think some of the other companies like E-Trade and stuff, you can actually set it to buy like right when it closes or sell right when it closes.
Mhm.
So.
Oh yeah, I've had some screw ups on trades. I don't want to talk about that though.
Yeah, so it's pretty much saying if you want to sell, you probably should sell.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Just if you're day trading, just do it.
Yeah.
Just sell it.
Like the times to really pay attention to it is obviously the
Like how much
open
money
bell.
do you how much profit do you want to make you sell? Like what makes you sell? Like is it any amount or is it like gotta be a certain set amount?
I would really like to see it $15 a share.
If you make $15, you're out.
I'm out. I'm out.
Good
and
enough for you.
I'll try somewhere else.
Good enough
Like,
for you.
I'll
Okay.
put my eggs in
Which
another
$15, I mean, you know, on some of them stocks, that's a good. That could be 20%,
Oh yeah.
which is good. That's good money right there, man. 20% on your money.
Like we were talking Netflix. It's like $288 right now. I'm not sure I might have a screen cap, but
What'd you sell it at?
oh, I ain't got it right. Oh wait, I bought. It's obviously down right now, and I bought it when it was still a little bit higher than what it is now. So I don't want to talk about that. But right now it's time to buy it, in my opinion, which I can't because I already own it. It's at $288. and
Buy more shares.
Yeah, I could buy more shares, which probably would actually decrease the loss I had.
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good to try to buy like multiples if you can. I know sometimes you can't. So,
Yeah.
but hey, if you can take one stock and make, you know, like you said, $15,
Do it.
you know, do it.
Make it.
Take that money and turn it into even more.
Which I think Netflix would be a good one on that because it's $288 right now, and I don't hold me to this, but I feel like it's gonna be $300 Monday, either at when it opens or around 11 because that's when the European.
I agree with you because Netflix is about to release the Lost in Space series. And if you haven't seen the preview of that, I think it's going to be big.
Mm-hmm.
That's more for like our nerdy podcast we're talking about. Wiki Luke, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's on the same channel. Maybe. Who knows?
But you know, so I don't know how much that affects them. I don't really watch Netflix. The stock. I mean, I watch the Netflix. I don't watch the stock a whole lot. So that might be something. I don't know how much it goes up when new series come out. I'm sure when Stranger Things season 3 comes out, it'll probably.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that'll probably be the time to sell it right there.
Yeah. when you hear Stranger Things 3 is coming out, you buy.
Yeah, sell it after that first episode.
Yeah, and sell it.
Because everybody's gonna buy it just to watch that first episode.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that get Netflix just when certain shows. I know there is. They'll pay for it every month.
Oh yeah. Like they'll binge watch. Like the new season of Walking Dead, they finally put the season before that on there.
Yeah.
Like I know people that's just bought Netflix for that month just to binge watch it.
Just watch it and be done with it.
Mhm. So, which they should already know what happened because everybody talks about it.
You'll see. We'll talk a lot more about different things you can look at. You'll see a lot of like earnings per quarter and stuff. A lot of people do pay attention to those. I pay attention to them a little bit, but a lot of the times I'm telling you, man, a lot of times you'll see a lot of the bigger companies like Fox and CNBC will talk a lot about the quarter earnings. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to that, to be honest with you. I'm sure like the business side of it, a lot of people do, but I think normal, just everyday stock people like us, we don't really, you know, I don't care if Coca-Cola's down like 10% of their sales. They're not going nowhere. I know they're not going nowhere.
Like Wynn Resorts.
Yeah, I mean,
like I didn't give a shit about that.
Yeah. So I mean, you can pay attention to that. They say it does help. I've not really had an instant where I've been like, oh, their quarterly earnings is up. I better buy them. I've never had that happen. That actually worked for me. So you can kind of check out, do a little research. I think a lot of people research it too much.
Right.
You know, you think about it too much. You know, the stock market's more like a popularity thing to me. If it's popular, it's probably going to go up.
Probably so. But
like Amazon's not going up because they have good deals. They're just everybody uses Amazon. That's what's going up. Because trust me, there's stuff I can find way cheaper. I can go to Walmart and buy stuff cheaper right now than Amazon. But why's Walmart down?
exactly, I don't understand.
Amazon's popular. That's just the way it is, man. It's all about popularity.
Like I've steered away from Walmart because it's lost me money.
A lot of people think Walmart's an uptrend. We'll talk about Walmart stock.
Yeah.
A lot of people say Walmart stocks. It's down a lot now, but a lot of people are saying that Walmart could be on an uptrend.
Right. And I feel like Walmart's just too low right now. Like it's low. Like it's at $86.78. And to me, when you think about Walmart, I think like it should be 100. Like right here, the 52-week high is 109.98. And
The low 72, so it's still in that medium range.
yeah, it's still got plenty of room.
They've rolled out a lot of new stuff, Walmart. A lot of, I can't remember what you call it. Is it pay as you go? Is what they call it? What do they call it over there?
I think it is pay as you go.
Is it
It's
called Pay As You Go?
Family? No.
It's something like that. They've rolled out new things where you can kind of just,
Remember.
you can scan it in store and just, you don't have to deal with lines or nothing like that.
Mhm.
They've rolled out a lot of new stuff, and I think it will pay off. Walmart's really trying to compete with Amazon, and they have the money to do it. So
Oh yeah.
Walmart, man, I wouldn't sleep on Walmart because they are, they're still around. They're a pretty big company still.
That's a good
So
point. I'm gonna put that on my watch list.
yeah, I would. Walmart might be a good buy right now. Which leads me to another thing. A company I do want to talk about right fast is GE.
G.
Yeah, if you're not, GE's a really low. I mean, it's like an all-time
Yeah.
low right now. Which is, it's like, was it $13 a share right now?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really low, but the thing about GE, man, is it's such a big company that $13 a share, I mean, even if they were to like close their business and sell it off, your share would be worth more than $13 just
Right.
because of all, I mean, they're into everything. They're into like space and, oil rigs and, I mean, hospitals. I mean, GE's into everything. So, I mean, to me, it's like, it's hard. A lot of the bigger investors even say, like, they bought GE at a higher price point than that. So, to them, it's definitely a buy at $13.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are saying if it starts getting up to like $13.80, that's probably when you want to buy it because that's showing that it's going to go up.
Mhm.
So GE is one of them stocks, in my opinion, I've been really, really watching, and I've really kind of like going back and forth on it.
Mhm.
And I think I might commit to it here in the next week or two. Just because, like I said, GE's such a big company, it's like, the company's worth more than that if you sold it off piece by piece.
Right.
Like if they closed down and sold it off, you would make more than $13 your share.
And
So, I mean,
honestly,
it's hard to, how can you argue that? It's like, well, I mean, even if they close down, I can make more money.
it's right now it's 35 cents higher than its 52-week low. So, I mean, and it's what, $20 off from its 52-week
Yeah.
high. So yeah, that's definitely
It's things like this. It's
Got a
like
lot of
it's
build
hard,
room.
yeah, because I mean, you can get a lot of shares, man, for $13. You can get, I mean, even a normal person, dude. If you got $100, that's almost eight shares, right there. And that's that might not be a lot, but shoot, I mean, you're talking 8 shares. If it does go up to $20, I mean, that's $7 a share.
right. That's good. I might put all my eggs in the basket Monday on GE. Just see what it does.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'd buy a couple. I mean, I would buy a couple just to see what happens.
Yeah.
But
I've bought GE before.
I thought about okay, if you can afford to risk a little bit of money, GE might be something to. Because like I said, I mean, the company's just so big. Even $13 a share, it's worth more than that,
Oh yeah.
piece by piece, man.
Actually, I made money on GE, and I forgot all about that. I bought $136 share
Mhm.
for not just one share. Just I bought that many
Yep.
worth of share, and I sold it for 162. So I made almost $30 off GE. Completely forgot about it.
So GE, actually, did you right?
Yeah, and here I am, not buying it anymore.
It's even lower now. What's wrong with you?
I know. I need to buy it. That's
Something to look at, GE. I do want to talk about one stock that I came across the other day, and it's not really anything big. It's just kind of real surprising. That's GameStop.
GameStop.
Yeah.
We talk a lot of shit about GameStop.
Well, like I said, we're we are kind of nerdy. So I mean, we obviously we look up the nerd stores too, just kind of see.
yeah.
But I mean, GameStop, what is this trading at? Like $13?
It's at $13.43.
The thing that really shocks me about GameStop is their dividends.
$9.30.
That's 9.36%.
Yeah.
That is outrageous dividend. I mean, Iron Mountain's high like 6%.
Hmm.
They're almost at 10% right there.
So that's a steer away from it. You don't.
Well,
you don't want
it makes you. It's like I don't know, because it's like, is GameStop going anywhere, or can you suck a little bit? Can you suck a little bit of money out of that for like a year? Because if you buy it for like a year and you get 10%, I mean, you're talking like 12, 13 cents every 3 months. You could you could make like 60, 70 cents per share, and then just sell it off. If you thought it wouldn't decrease that much,
Right.
you could suck a little bit of money out of them. Which I'm all about sucking some out of GameStop.
Yeah, I am too. And it's actually not really far away from its 52-week low.
No, it's really not.
1220 was its low.
Yeah, it's really not moved a whole lot.
That might be a buy too. I don't know.
So it's one of those shares where it's like could I suck GameStop is probably on a downtrend. It's probably dying.
Mhm.
But it's like could I suck a little money on this? Because their dividend yield's so high. It's like, Can I just make a little bit off them right fast before they die?
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean,
Can
I would say yes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe get a little bit of money off them. Hold them for like 6 months, 8 months. See, get a little dividend payments. Say, no, thank you. Thanks real quick, a couple dollars.
Because it might actually be dying off pretty soon because a lot of people's going to digital games now.
Yeah, I'm a big digital fan. That's the way to go.
If we're talking about games real quick, I'm going to bring up Take-Two Interactive, which if people don't know, that's Rockstar and what's some other 2K. So I mean, you got your basketball game. I don't know if they did video games.
They did BioShock that they got pretty well.
Oh, did they? But I mean, if you're a fan of Grand Theft Auto, I mean, that game ain't going anywhere. That game's just too big. And the new one coming out, Red Dead Redemption. I'm going to buy now. Hold till that game comes out because that's going to do really well because it's going to be similar to Grand Theft Auto 5. To my opinion, that would be a hold for a while. I think Take-Two.
Yeah. That's nerdy stock. Nerdy stock.
I might buy that later.
We'll put that on the fire for later.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. I mean, that was just a quick little intro. We're just gonna be talking more about stocks and a lot about stuff we're into and what we think. We'll give you a little bit of advice about stuff. We'll talk more about retirement accounts and how to set them up and what the benefits are, and we'll talk more about day trading and how to get the most out of your money on it. But basically, I just hope you guys liked it. We're not going. We're not a bunch of business guys that are sitting around talking about earnings and detailed reports and rating stock. We're not doing all that, man. We're just going to tell you as normal people, like, this is what we buy. This is how much money we make off of it. Hopefully you guys can watch us and try to make your own thing. Because the stock market's for anybody. You can make a little extra money on the side, or you can put money back for the future. So it's there, and you got to be. I just think as the way the world is anymore, you've got to be conscious of this stuff. You really need to try to have a plan for the future and try to make as much money as you can, while you can. So, stock market's a good way to do it, man. People have been doing it for years and years and years. So,
200 years.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. So if you want, if you want to get into it, just just keep watching us, guys, and leave us some comments and let us know what you think and what you want us to talk about. If you got any stocks, man, let us know because we'll check them out.
Yeah.
We're always down to look for new stuff. Which we'll talk about a lot more. We still got a lot of stuff to get into. We'll talk about pharmaceuticals and we'll talk about the whole manufacturing thing now that we're trying to manufacture more here, like steel and
robots,
all that stuff.
We'll talk about the bot companies.
Yeah, we'll talk about robots, manufacturers. Maybe talk about some overseas stocks. But that's more advanced stuff. We'll talk about that as we go on.
Yeah.
This is more just like a quick intro. But
51-minute intro.
Yeah, that'll be long because there's a lot. One stock we talk about all day.
Oh yeah. Once we get started, we can't stop.
Yeah, it's hard not to talk about stocks.
Like I'm trying not to talk about JR.
What?
The stock. It was the symbols with JR.
Oh yeah,
33 or something like that. Look, it just disappeared. Where the hell did it go? In the upside down. It's gone.
That's hilarious. But just tune in next week, guys. We'll talk more about it. We'll talk about some of our top stocks. Next week we'll probably go over the top 10. I'll probably give my top 10 retirement stocks that I like. I think you should get into, and they'll give you a little bit more about day trading.
Yeah, I'll tell you which one's done
we'll
well for me.
We'll try to keep up there and they see how much money he's making.
I'll tell you which
one's
one's
making a lot, buddy. I'm gonna expect a big Christmas present. I'm gonna tell you right now.
You'll see me in here with a suit and tie. Let's talk about stocks.
Here's your Christmas present, man. What is this?
Just a piece of paper that says t-shirts to Netflix.
I know you bought some damn Google. I know how much money you made. I know what that stock did. It's free Netflix subscription. They give you for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing also, guys, if you do buy stocks, you do get to do proxy votes and stuff too. So, I just did a proxy vote for AT&T because I own shares.
What did you say?
I didn't give them no raise.
Oh. Nah, that don't
You're for AT&T, I'm sorry, but I need my money. I love my money. You work for free. No, I want some good stuff. On it. But yeah, so there's a lot to it, man. When you buy stocks, you do technically own a piece of that company. So I'm sure every time Anthony watches Netflix, he's like,
This is mine. This is mine. This
He's
is
like,
mine.
oh, ain't that more popular? We called him up.
It's not Amy Schumer, that's for sure.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's a horrible one shot. It should not be on there.
Terrible.
Sucks.
But anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Tune in next week. Like I said, we're going to talk about, I'll probably give my top 10 investment stocks next week. We'll do some more day trading, and we'll probably talk more about how to set up, some brokerage accounts and things like that if we get started a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
And we can talk about tech stocks. How they done for the whole week?
yeah, that'll be a big thing next week because hopefully you got tech stocks.
I'll go down.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully somebody makes a killing on these.
Yeah.
So, we'll wait and see.
Yep.
But thanks for listening, guys. Check us out next week.
Yep. See you.